you want to know my opinion and what I think, just keep on watching. What's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the no spend 2025. So you can either do this as a month or by the months go along, or you can just do it as a whole year. I'm trying to do the year one, so yeah, because I feel like I can do it, so I just want to push myself and just try and do the year one. Is it going to be easy? Of course not, especially with all the temptation but yeah. So it's this trend that's going crazy on TikTok. For once we've got something good, and people are actually like getting on it, giving tips, sharing their experiences. So yeah, let's get into some reactions.
I started this year with £142 and 9p in the bank. I'm going to attempt to do the no spend 2025 challenge. Basically, my goal is to get through each day by not spending any money, unless it's absolutely necessary. Got myself a calendar and some pens, and I'm going to document each day what I spend, or hopefully what I don't spend, and see if I've got any money left at the end of the month to save. I filled in the month and the days, and now I'm going to do a colour-coded key. Don't judge my handwriting. Right, so I'm going to do no spend in green, income in blue, bills in yellow, out of budget spends in orange. Today I did a weekly food shop, which cost me £56.34. That leaves me with £85.75p in the bank until payday. Because it's New Year, I have no idea when that'll be, other than hopefully the next couple of days. Come back tomorrow to see what I do or don't spend.
I like her strategies, and it's actually similar to the approach that I'm taking. So first of all, when we went into this new year, I think I had like around 500 in my account. Going into the new year, I do believe to have like, just try and have at least £100 upwards in your bank account, because if you're going in with like little change, like I don't know, £5 or a penny, it's just not a good look to go into the new year. So I definitely agree with that when she said how much she started off with. With the whiteboard and things like that and the colours, I'm doing something similar. I'm going to print off some sheets. I was on Canva just looking at some like sheets, so I'll insert like little pictures on the side to help me. I like all that sort of stuff, and it keeps me motivated. Just like, you know, just like a normal calendar, you're just like ticking off, like I didn't go crazy today. It helps to motivate certain people, and that's how my brain works. Let me see if I can click on this so you guys can. Can you see that? Bring it to the forefront. So it says, dream it until it becomes a reality. Dream until it's your reality. That's what it says. So with that, obviously everyone's got different goals and what they're heading for. So for me personally, for this year, I need a new car desperately. I can see myself, I know what car, so I just need the funds. So I'm giving myself March, but that's just like me proper like challenging myself with the savings. But if not, April the latest. We're going to be going into spring, so it's a good time for me to, you know, freshen up and get a new car.
What if I spent nothing for the next 337 days? Would it change my life? I challenged myself to a no-spend year, and the number one question I've been asked is, why on earth would I trade a life of convenience for this? Good question. Over the last few months, something in me has been calling to a life of minimalism in some way. I stopped going to the nail salon a few months ago. I cut down my hair appointments. I've actively been trying to not fall into the trap of a lifestyle creep, spending more as I earn more. And it's only been a week, but there's something really calming about not needing anything, not impulsively buying the best or the latest, and a newfound appreciation for things I already have. As someone who could very easily spend a lot in a week, there's been a sense of stillness in just not doing it. Today's total spend, £1.95.
So if you're a returning subscriber, as you already know, I'm an ex-shopaholic, and my places were like Shein, like that that app was like taking all my money. I've not shopped there for this month, so yay to me. I'm proud of myself because literally, I'll tell you, every month I was shopping there, and I'm not talking about like one order, probably max 3 orders out of the month. So obviously, there's only 4 weeks in one month, so that means I was literally shopping every, you know what I mean, every other week, which is nuts. I'm gonna insert a picture of how much I spent for the whole year. I had to have a look at it, and I feel like a lot more people need to do this so they can see where they're going wrong. That's sickening. Like, that amount there, 2k plus, like, hello, I could use that for my car. And let's just say I didn't do that much shopping on Shein. I probably could have got, you know what I mean, a new car sooner than I am now. I'm still currently paying off stuff, so when I buy with Shein, I use Kalana. So I'll put on the side how much I'm owing them. It's not much, but yeah. And as you can see at the bottom of the picture, it says Shein, 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 and even at the top, Shein, Shein. I'm like, yeah, literally, Shein was taking all my money.
I'm ready to go. I feel like tanks with this teeny tiny little microphone. Tip number 1 is no window shopping whatsoever, not even online shopping. The reason for this is because when you're window shopping or online shopping or browsing sales, etc., even if it's just like you're not going to buy anything, whatever, you are subconsciously identifying items that you want to purchase and storing them in the back of your mind. When you are stressed out or depressed or anxious, your nervous system is going to seek to regulate itself externally. And how is it going to do that? Through a cheap dopamine hit in the form of a purchase of an item that is stored in your subconscious. Tip number 2 is to unfollow. Unfollow, mute, block, whatever you have to do. Any influencer that is causing you to make purchases needs to come off your feed. It is vitally important to remember the fact that a lot of these influencers, if they have a product on their feed, they are either gifted that item or they are being paid to have a positive opinion about it. There is a common expression, comparison is the thief of joy, and this is precisely how influencer marketing works. If you see someone who is perceived to have higher social currency than you are likely going to be influenced to make purchases based on what this person recommends. Our brains subconsciously want to achieve proximity to this person by making purchases. So you gotta stop looking at them. Tip number 3 is going to be shop your closet and shop your beauty stash. The way you're going to do this is by looking at sites like Pinterest for inspiration on how to put your items together in a way that you might not have done before. This is going to make your outfits feel new, fresh, and exciting. Additionally, for makeup looks, you're going to find cool inspiration and you're going to challenge yourself to try those looks. This is going to break you out of not only the style rut that you might be in, but it's also going to help you feel excited about the things that you already have. Tip number 4 seems straightforward, but it's actually pretty complicated. You are going to find a hobby. I'm sure you've had hobbies in the past. Think of what you enjoyed as a child. You are going to take that hobby and you're going to get back into it. You're going to replace shopping with that hobby. The reason you need to do this is because when you're shopping, that's a dopamine hit, but a hobby gives you the same dopamine. For me, I love reading fantasy novels, I love playing video games, and I love making TikToks. Content creation is a great hobby for me because I actually am able to make money off of it too. Another hobby I really want to try and get into is exercise, but one step at a time. Tip number 5 is utilizing low spend or no spend days. This does not mean sitting at home and doing nothing. This means going out and finding fun activities and challenging yourself to do things that don't cost you any money. But this exercise achieves multiple things. 1, you're not spending any money, you're saving money. 2, you're rewriting your relationship with money overall. You don't need to go to a fancy dinner to have a wonderful date night with a partner or a friend. But by making it a no spend or low spend day, you don't feel like you're depriving yourself. It's actually more of a challenge and it's a bit of a game. Tip number 6 is loud budgeting. Let's normalize telling your friends you can't afford stuff. What could you possibly say to someone who tells you that they can't afford something? They're not going to call you cheap. They're not going to call you broke. They're not going to call you poor. If they're a good friend, they just want to hang out with you. You can suggest affordable alternatives that are in your budget. And what I've realized is that a lot of them are frequently relieved when you choose the cheaper activity. Because who doesn't like saving money? Tip number 7 is understanding that slip-ups are part of the process. And if you make purchases, all you have to do is treat yourself with grace and kindness, understand that you made a mistake, and get right back on the horse and try again. Simple as that. And tip number 8, probably the most important of all, is to accept that this is a major lifestyle change and not just a temporary fix. You have to remember that the purpose of a no-buy is to rewrite your specific to you. It is us as a society. Global overconsumption is a major issue, and there is a pile of clothes that is visible from space. That is how much we've been overconsuming. I'm not buying anything new this year, and these are the 8 tips that have helped me.
So everyone's got their problem. So that's either like alcohol, cigarettes, food, clothes. I know for a lot of people it's clothes, you know, like people that are addicted to buying trainers, you know, the new crepes that drop. So mine's clothing. With that, I know that it's a lot that I spent at Shein, but I did get a lot of people's gifts off there. I bought a lot of clothes for my kids off there. For my kids, I bought their sizes bigger, so they'll grow into it. So that's what I mean. This year, I don't need to buy nothing. So yeah, my main goal is to get a car, and I would like to go on holiday with me and my family. My youngest, he's 2 now, so he can't travel for free. So there's that as well that I've got to consider. But yeah, I think I can do it. I don't eat out as much. I don't go out like clubbing or anything like that. So my only problem was like shopping and was Shein. I'm gonna insert a picture of like, you know, the do's and the don'ts and obviously my goals. But yeah, let me know in the comments, are you gonna do this challenge and what are your goals? It'd be nice to know.
It is the first week of January. Happy New Year. This month I am doing a no spend challenge for 31 days, and here are my rules. I am spending no money on out-of-pocket travel costs. Traveling is a luxury, and I do plan on moving in March, and my birthday is in February, so this month I am spending $0 on travel. Unless it's for work and it's being covered. I am spending no more than $150 on restaurants and dining out. This should be much of a challenge because I started cooking more as of recently, so I think this one is pretty doable. I will be spending $0 on drinking and nightlife. Don't invite me to the club, I will not be there. That probably won't be much of a challenge because I pretty much got everything out of my system on New Year's Eve. And as for the club, there is nothing there for me this month. I will be spending $0 on Uber/Lyft. Do have a $200 credit from my job every month for Lyft. So once that credit is used up, I will just drive everywhere. And then lastly, I'll be spending $0 on new clothing and shopping. I do have a birthday in February and I will be going to a wedding in March. So this will change for the next month. However, for the month of January, for 31 days, these are my rules for my no spend challenge. Now that I'm 100% debt free, this challenge will really help me to build up my emergency savings fund, which is my next step.
If I was preparing to do a no-buy for the first time, this is exactly what I would do. If you're new here, I'm Hannah. I'm a former broke shopaholic here to help you stop spending all your money on clothes. Number one, I would write down all my big life goals that cost money. Things like having a wedding, buying a home, having kids, saving money for retirement. These will be the guiding light of motivation that will help you in your no-buy. Number two, I would start telling myself over and over that I am fully capable and deserving of having those things. You are not a broke shopaholic destined to be broke and unhappy. You are a confident and strategic spender who can have anything you want if you just commit to getting there. Negative self-talk is not welcome here, and it might feel a little weird at first, but just remember the more you say it to yourself, the more true it will feel. Number three, I would decide on my no-buy rules. I would make a plan to freeze my spending in any of my big problem categories like clothes. Then I would note any specific exceptions. For example, during my no-buy earlier this year, I needed a nude pair of heels for a wedding that I was a bridesmaid in, so I planned that purchase ahead of time. It should be realistic, but long enough to make a lasting impact on the habit. I recommend somewhere between 2 to 6 months. Number five, I would find my accountability buddy. This is someone in my life, my partner, my mom, my best friend, who loves me and wants to see me succeed. It can feel embarrassing to be vulnerable about your shopping habits, so pick someone close to you and remember you don't have to tell them all the sticky details about your spending habits, just what your plan is during your no-buy. Number six, and this is optional because I actually only recommend it if you plan to do it permanently, but it's deleting social media and unfollowing influencers. If your strategy to break your shopping addiction is just to get rid of all the triggers temporarily, then you're not actually going to see lasting change once you bring those triggers back. You have to learn to resist temptation even when those triggers are present, so unless you're doing this permanently, you can skip this step. You're going to have to see that stuff after your no-buy anyway, so better you learn how to resist it now. And if you want even more guided support and accountability to do a no-buy, I'm taking a small group through my exact method in January. Go to the link in my bio to apply.
She was cute. I felt some type of way. I felt like she was talking to me personally when she was like, I'm a former broke shopaholic. Like, hello, that's me as well. Like, some of the stuff that I was buying, I had like, why am I buying this? First of all, I don't even go out like that. I'm an introvert, so why am I buying all this stuff? But mostly I buy stuff for when I go on holiday. Like I said, I do like to travel. So yeah, and then obviously when it's people's birthdays and get-togethers, so I have got a lot of events and things like big things coming up this year. And best believe I'm gonna be wearing those clothes. I want to try and go on holiday when the kids are off school, so maybe the Easter, I'm thinking like Easter time, or maybe in May, because it'll be a lot hotter where I'm trying to go to destination. But yeah, like my suitcases are ready. I just need someone to be like, you want to go? The kids are sorted. Like, let's go. I'm ready. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do a whole little breakdown of how much I saved in my no spend month. Here are the rules for my no spend month. I filmed it every day, so if you want to binge watch it, you can. So the first rule is no essential shopping. So no clothes and just like random bits that I'd buy on Amazon for no reason, that kind of stuff. The second one is no takeaways. I love a Domino's. That is like my weakness. Alcohol, I actually find this really easy because I'm a social drinker. So as long as I just don't make plans to go to a bar, I'm fine. I didn't add this to the rules as well, but it's also no sugar, which kind of helps with the no spending, and that was really hard. Socializing is important. I know like saving money is important too, but I feel like you need to have a balance and you can still socialize for free. So that's what I did. I went to my friend's house and we had a £200 food budget for me and my boyfriend, and normally we spend like just over 400, which I think is too much. Like I think we can work on putting that down. So I thought 200 would be a good challenge to like slash that in half, and we did it in the end, which I'm actually still kind of amazed at. And obviously we have to spend on our mortgage, bills and commute to work. You can see these are all the ones I completed. That was the only time when I've actually spent. The rest I didn't spend anything. It was actually day 16, not day 17, so if you want to watch day 16 you can. Okay, so for the breakdown, it's in different chunks. So for our joint account, we managed to save £350, which is just mental. We usually go over our normal budget, which I think we put to around 500 or 550. We usually go over that as well, so we probably actually saved technically more. For my personal one, I saved an extra £270. I usually go over my normal budget, so I probably have saved more. And for him, he wasn't doing it as much as I was, but he still managed to save 200 quid. So we saved a lot altogether. So we saved £820 on top of our usual savings, which is like insane. The things that I want to do for the money is to be putting it into our emergency fund, even though I don't like the word emergency fund. I don't know, I'm really like the type of person, I feel like words really matter of how you say things and like what you put out there, and I feel like emergency fund just doesn't sit well with me, but I don't know what else to call it. So actually no, I did see another girl on TikTok call it something else and I really liked what she called it, and now I can't remember. So that's really annoying. But if you're like me and you feel the same, like comment down below what you would call it instead. And we're going to be putting it into our investments because we invest in index funds. Thank you guys so much if you were following along or if you like the videos. I really appreciate it. I feel like you guys have been really nice during this whole journey, and it's just made me really happy.
I just looked up my 2024 expenses. All the money that I spent this year in 2024. And it's honestly, it's sad. My first goal of 2025 is to save at least 6 months of expenses. Now, because I have this house, you never know what can go wrong. Even in 2026, early 2026, I want to pay off my car. I just got my car in February. I want to be able to pay it off. I signed up for like 5 years and I want to pay it off in at least 2.5. But in order to accomplish these goals that I have for myself, I have to realize where I'm spending my money. So these are the things that I will not be spending in 2025. The first thing I have on the list, no Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, At Home. Any home decor, I don't fucking need it. This also includes holiday decor too. This stuff, I'm gonna use this every single year until it falls apart. Clothes. Lately, in the past few months, I've been buying more clothes and accumulating more shit. And honestly, this house I love, but there's no storage and there's no place for me to hold these items. So no clothes, no shoes, no jeans, no more hats until they fall apart. Looking up my subscriptions. I know this is a small dent in a big pot, but it can definitely make a difference. I looked up my subscriptions and how much I'm spending a month on Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, HBO, Paramount, all of it gotta go. I'm gonna keep one and I have to figure out which one I wanna keep. Lastly is overspending at the grocery store. I'm a single person. I only shop for one person. But when I go to the store, I have these ideas in my mind of things that I wanna make. and I'll go ahead and buy it right then and end up not making it and end up wasting a lot of food. And I feel bad because there's some people out in this world that can't even have 3 meals a day. And I have all this food in the fridge and it's going to waste. Now, mind you, everybody has their own like goals for 2025, and you kind of have to look at your own situation to see like what works best for you. I think we're all collectively getting more smart with how we spend our money, especially with you know who about to be in the White House. You don't know how much things are going to get more expensive for us to buy, and we kind of have to save where we can and be ready for whatever comes to us.
Yeah, I agree with that young brother. Like, he was making me laugh what he said. His house is nice, first of all, I'm loving the background, but what he was saying about when you go shopping and seeing home decor, that's my sister. That's what I mean. Everyone's got their thing. Hers is clothes, and I would say like homeware, like home decor. That's her triggers. That's what I mean. She's trying to save up for a car. So we've all got different goals on what we're trying to save for, etc. He got me with the foods. So, you know, when you go shopping and you pick up stuff maybe you don't really need. I did that this morning. I was picking up stuff that wasn't on the list. It's still like home stuff that I need in the home, but it wasn't on my list. So it's one of those slightly went over my budget. But what he was saying about the meats and buying stuff, like you see it and you're like, oh, I'm going to cook that tonight. And then by the time you get home, you're not feeling it. It's either going to take too long to cook or you just want something else. So I have it bad when it comes to meat. So I'll buy chicken and thinking I'm going to like do some jerk chicken or rustle up something or do a chicken roast. And then by the time I get home, I'm just not feeling it. And then as the days go along, so it's not gone out of date, the date that's stated on the meat, but you open it, I'm ready to clean it, season it, and it stinks, so then I have to bin it, and that's waste, because meat's gone up and meat ain't cheap no more, so there's that. So I definitely agree with foods. Be careful what you're getting, because I don't know, unless you're going to do the food shop, go home and cook it straight away. If not, just be careful when you're picking up certain things, because it just goes to waste, you know what I mean? It adds up at the end of the day. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments, are you gonna join and do this challenge, no spend 2025? Like, it sounds so good. I can't wait to do it. I'm excited. I love a good challenge and I'm gonna win. Like, I'm very competitive, so yeah. But I'm gonna keep you up to date on how I'm doing every now and then as the months go along. So right now for this month, what did I spend? I bought a cardigan and that's it. I bought a cardigan off eBay. I think that's another trigger for me. So now I've got rid of Shein. I need to kind of get rid of eBay. But it's been really cold in the UK. We've had a storm and everything. So I had to get a cardi. I need to get a turtleneck. And then I feel like after that, I don't need no more clothing. Like, literally, I'm good. Because we are going to be going into spring. Like, time's flying, you know what I mean? We've got one more week of January, then we're going into February. So time is flying and soon we will be in spring. But for right now, the weather is extremely cold in the UK. So that's why. But apart from that, I'm so proud of myself. Like I said, I was buying Shein 3 weeks per month, so I'm so proud of myself. I know they're missing me. You know, when you're just used to that regular customer putting in orders, they're probably like, why is she not, you know what I mean? And on top of that, the delivery man that posts my stuff, I see him, he's been on my street, he's been knocking on my neighbours, people opposite me, and it's just like, I know he must be thinking, wow, she's not placed an order. Oh gosh. But yeah guys, that's it for this video. Please like, comment and subscribe and share. Stay safe and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.